där. Please welcome Herning Bottier to the ice.
Check 1, 2. That's better. Sorry, it might have been just me. It's all good, buddy. Yeah.
Please welcome Herning Bottier to the ice. Please stand for the Danish national anthem. Welcome to the ice, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Fredrik of Denmark, the President of the International Ice Hockey Federation, Dr. Larsson, and the Chairman of the Danish Ice Hockey Federation, Jensen.
God aften Danmark. God aften Herning. Vi har i 4 år glædet os lige præcis til aften. I aften er historisk for dansk ishockey. I aften er den største dag for dansk ishockey nogensinde. Og ved I hvad? Det har I kvitteret med en totalt udsolgt tak. I would like to hand over the microphone to my friend and President of the International Ice Hockey. Please give a warm welcome to René Fasel.
Hey, good afternoon, Herning. Good afternoon, Denmark. It's really a great pleasure for the International Ice Hockey Federation to be for this World Championship here in Herning, Copenhagen, here in Denmark. I have now the great pleasure and honor to give the floor to His Royal Highness, Crown Prince of Denmark, to open officially the World Championship. Please.
Mange tak. Thank you very much, Herning. I'll speak in Danish. Det er en stor aften for Herning. Det er også en stor aften for København. Det er en stor aften for Danmark. Og fra nu af, så er det jer som publikum og de mange millioner tv- og medieseere, som kan løfte det her fantastiske sportsbegivenhed, som er på vej frem. Uret tikker, hjertet banker. Hvem vinder? Det ved vi ikke. Det bedste hold vinder, helt klart. Vi holder med det bedste hold. Vi tænker selvfølgelig på vores kære, på vores flag. Men nu skal vi til at åbne. Nu skal vi i gang. And now, on behalf of the International Ice Hockey Federation, it gives me great pleasure to declare open the 2018 World Ice Hockey Championship.
Designed by the International Ice Hockey Federation. The starting line for Team Germany, goalkeeper number 51, Timo Kielmeier. Defender number 5, Julian Holzberg, and number 24, Dennis Seidenberg. Forwards number 22, Matthias Parker, 29, Jürgen Eisel, and 42, Larsson.
Welcome to Herning, Denmark, on a historic night for Danish hockey as this nation plays host to the World Hockey Championship for the very first time. And the home team makes its debut tonight against neighboring Germany. This is the hotbed of Danish hockey, the Herning area. The local team, the Herning Blue Fox, went to the Danish League Championship this year, lost to Aalborg just down the road. And of course, all eyes will be on Fredrik Anderson, the Herning native, in goal for the Danes. The referees are experienced. Both Joseph Kubas and Alexei Rantala worked at the Olympics in Pyeongchang. Jake Davis from the United States and Hannu Surmanen from Finland are the linesmen. Dennis Seidenberg, longtime German international, three-time Olympian for Germany, will do the pregame gifts along with Peter Regan, who scored the overtime winner for Denmark in that game against Germany last year. On the left is Jan Karlsson, the Swede, who was the head coach of the Danish national team in his 5th World Championship. And there is Marco Sturm, 3rd year as the German national team head coach, who was the architect of that extraordinary run in Pyeongchang. The Germans lost their opener 5-2 to the Finns and then played 6 consecutive one-goal games going to the gold medal game, which they lost in overtime. Timo Pielmeier, who plays ERC Ingolstadt in the German league, will get the start. Pielmeier was a member of the German team at the Olympics in Pyeongchang, backing up Danny Austenberg, and played just 1 game. And there is Fredrik Anderson, a .918 save percentage in 66 regular season appearances for the Toronto Maple Leafs, tack on 7 in the playoffs. A 5-year veteran of the National Hockey League. Last played here in Herning in 2009 as a member of the Herning Blue Fox. Patrick Bjorkstrand was a late addition to the national team for Denmark and bumped his brother Oliver out of the lineup. Oliver's a healthy scratch as Patrick arrived just in time. And there is Leon Draisaitl. Ray, you mentioned 25 goals for Edmonton in 78 games, 29 the year before.
These people have been here a long time today.
Yes.
Well aware that the game started at 8:15 local. They've been here a long time.
Fired down to the Danish zone, and Philip Larsson back to pick it up. Larsson, a veteran of 151 National Hockey League games over 6 years. Back it down to the German zone, and picked up by Corbinian Holzer. The Anaheim Ducks defenseman couldn't clear it out. Now it's moved across, and here is Larsson walking in. A little slap pass in front, and that was tipped wide by Peter Regan, the former Ottawa Senator, New York Islander, Chicago Blackhawk. Now from a sharp angle, fired on goal by Oliver Bjorkstrand. Oliver Bjorkstrand arrives from Columbus, knocks Patrick out of the Danish lineup. Bjorkstrand had a good first year with the Blue Jackets in his first full NHL season, scored 11 times. Matthias Plachta works it and shoots! And that's gloved by Anderson, a late bump there from Plachta, who drove more than a few opponents nuts in Pyeongchang during the Olympic hockey tournament.
A quick early shot for Freddie Anderson to handle. Plachta, who can skate pretty well. He played 1 year in the American Hockey League in 2015-16 before coming back to the German DEL.
One of the things the Germans had going for them, as Hager shoots out in front, was that on their Olympic team, every single player played in Germany. So many countries at the Olympics had to throw the teams together for players that had played all over the world. Not the Germans.
Oh,
big hit in the corner by Jesper Jensen Obo. And an injured player, and that's Hager for the Germans, one of their top players. He led them in scoring in the Olympic tournament.
Hager is a feisty player. He's got a chippy edge to him. He was running around on the shift, and he wants to go and lay a hit into Jensen Obo. But Obo sees him coming, and he reverses hard on him and knocks Hager right off his feet. Watch him in the corner. He sees the hit coming. He plays the puck and reverses, but he leaves his own feet. He leaves his feet. That looks like a hit high. Oh boy. A hit high to the head. Now the rules are different here. That is, you see, Hager is not very happy, and Jensen Obo very easily could be subject to a review as the disciplinary committee looks at any hit that is close, and certainly any that are high.
Sebastian Rivera goes in now for the Germans, plays it back for Marcel Nobles. Here's Rivera back with it. no penalty on the play. Yannick Seidenberg swings it across. Moritz Mueller, a long shot. Anderson gloves that easily. Well, think back to the Olympics, Ray, and in the opening game for the Germans, Christian Ehrhoff was elbowed in the head.
See the doctor talking to Patrick Hager. You mentioned a veteran, 538 games in the German Elite League. He's in 15 goals this year. He's a key member of their team, and they're having a long chat with him on the bench.
Playing in his 7th World Championship. There are, by the way, concussion spotters at these games, and the IIHF can remove players from the game. Tiffels plays it back, and that shot flutters wide from Jonas Mueller. Tiffels trying to hold the line, knocked by Fredrik Tiffels, who played for Wilkes-Barre in the American Hockey League this year. And now Oliver Bjorkstrand played 3 years with the Earl Junior team, the Portland Winterhawks, and was a great scorer for them. Now loose in front is Peter Regan, poke check there by Pielmeyer. Regan loose behind the German goal. Bjorkstrand to Regan. Regan, a centering pass that's tipped away. A good stick there by Marcus Eisenschmidt. Eisenschmidt moves it back to center.
Germany's got to hold their feet here for the initial excitement to wear off here, as the Danes are going to be excited. They're going to be aggressive early. And they can also play with a confidence that they just normally don't have. And that's because Fredrik Anderson's standing at the one end of the ice.
Yeah, Ebner a long shot. Anderson steers that away. Bernard Ebner with a long point shot. And there is the Danish captain, Peter Regan.
Pretty good little forecheck. Chip into the corner. Bjorn Krupp's got nowhere really to go with it. And after Regan makes contact, Bjorkstrand's going to slide the puck through this little seam. And Regan's going to get to the front of the net. Pielmeyer is able to poke it off his stick.
Regan plays for Jokerit in the KHL, and the face-off not done fairly. Your feet have to be outside the hash marks. There's a warning. They take their face-offs very seriously in international hockey.
They also count very closely. Not too many men on the ice penalty.
Well, 2 of them in the game between Canada and the U.S. So blocked it for the face-off to put some time back on the clock. You know, the German silver medal in Pyeongchang is really a triumph for them, but when you consider how it happened, they had the lead with less than a minute to go and were on the power play when they gave up the tying goal. Now walking in that long shot, taken by Nicholas Hart. And Hart comes in for a late whack.
A little bit of a chippy start here in the first 3 minutes. Hart's shot was handled by Pielmeyer, who kind of bobbles it for a moment. So there's a little bit of a loose puck, and Hart gives Plachta a little bit of a whack, and then Corbinian Holzer barks at him as he gets him out of the front of the net. We talk about that power play, Gord. I still see it so clearly. Yannick Seidenberg's got the puck at the point. He doesn't have to shoot it. His shot gets blocked, and then it became a cascade of unforced errors, including he loses his helmet and then leaves the ice because he's going to get a penalty. As he leaves the ice, the Russians score shorthanded and end up winning it in overtime. It was almost a shame that an underdog as great as Germany was in that game wasn't able to close the deal.
Kramer plays that ahead to Seidenberg to Dominic Cahoon. And Cahoon, the longtime German international, pivots back at the blue line, feeds it back, and Moritz Mueller is shot. That was blocked. Bounces down. Here comes Cahoon in for it. Poke check there by Daniel Nielsen. Nielsen plays here in Herning for the Blue Fox, who went to the Danish Championship, lost to Aalborg. Nielsen, the captain of the local team. This arena seats just over 10,000 people. And it's rocking tonight. In comes Larsson now. Philip Larsson shoots off the stick of Dennis Seidenberg, up and out of play.
Philip Larsson played in Dallas, played in Edmonton. Had trouble with the size and strength of the players in the smaller rink in North America. He never really was able to get a foothold there. And although, as you mentioned earlier, he played over 150 games in the NHL, really shoot the puck at 11 goals this year in the KHL in UFA.
Seidenberg needs a new stick. He makes his way back on.
Looks like this game's going to be played a lot more tightly than the US-Canada game earlier, which was a track meet, start to finish.
And now Julian Jakobsen tossed out of the face-off circle. And the draw won cleanly by Pieta. Daniel Pieta chips out ahead. Now picked up by Holzer. Corbinian Holzer, who really comes out of the bullpen for Anaheim. Doesn't play a ton for them. Just 16 games with the Ducks. Spent some 70 games, a healthy scratch for Anaheim. And now Mads Christensen had his shot blocked. Pieta pokes it ahead to Nobles. Nobles, pass back across, goes off his skate, glove down, and brought back the other way by Jakobsen. Jakobsen plays in Aalborg, the Danish League champions, where he's the captain. Throws that back in front, picked off by Marcel Nobles. Jesper Jensen Obo. Back to pick it up for Denmark, but Eisenschmidt gets in the way. At both ends of the rink are German fans who have made the trip here. They will stand throughout the game, clap, sing, dance, you name it, as the puck goes into the German bench. The Danes will try to drown them out. Hager appears no worse for wear on the German bench.
There's such a different atmosphere to these games, and there's a fun to it that you don't see other places we go to do games. But the smaller countries seem to just love these events.
Oh, we saw a bus pull up at, what, 1 o'clock local time, and every guy that got off it had a jersey on and a beer in his hand.
They've got quite the setup outside here, the fan zone, the beer gardens.
And if you don't want to stay at a hotel, you can camp here, indoors or out. They got outdoor campgrounds, and they set up a special indoor campground if you want to stay here as well.
I think you should spend a night there for some true, or actually Ryan Rishaug should get there.
Yes, he should.
And do some fine, in-depth, embedded reporting.
Literally embedded.
That place, you wouldn't get me within a mile of that place.
And Nielsen of the Detroit Red Wings, a long shot, kicked away by Pielmeyer. And now poked ahead, and a chance down for Draisaitl. Steaming in as Draisaitl, the puck just rolled off his stick, throws it back in front. And Draisaitl back on it. Leon, who just finished the first year of his 8-year extension with the Edmonton Oilers at $8.5 million a year. And like a lot of National Hockey League players from Germany, burned the midnight oil watching his team play in Pyeongchang. Fredrik Storm throws that rink wide. Brought in now by Nicholas Jensen. And the puck is blown by Pielmeyer. He'll hang on. 13:22 to go in the opening period. No score between Germany and Denmark. back here in Herning, Denmark in Copenhagen. Sweden's taking on Belarus tonight. Elias Anderson has scored early on to give the Swedes a 1-0 lead. That's essentially a home game for Sweden. The bridge from Copenhagen to Malmo is about a 15-minute trip. In the meantime, no score here in the first period earlier in this building. The United States came back from 2-0 down to beat Canada 5-4 in a shootout. As Hager is back on the ice now for Germany. Hager, centering pass, bounced away there as Manuel Wieder tried to throw that back in front. Picked off and brought back by Patrick Russell, who plays for Edmonton's American League team, Bakersfield, in California. And Russell taken down. Nicholas Jensen. One of two Nicholas Jensens.
Are you sure?
Yes, there's Nicholas A and Nicholas B, and then when Denmark plays the United States, there will be 3 Nick Jensens in the game.
You'll always be right.
When in doubt, guess Jensen. And if you want the puck, yell, hey, Nick. Oh, turnover there by Pielmeyer. Sent back in front, and a point-blank save by Pielmeyer on Jakobsen.
That was a terrific stop. He had to scramble back into the play as he gets stuck behind the net after he misplayed the pass. Saved himself there.
Larsson plays that ahead. Knocked down by Mads Christensen for Regan. Peter Regan for Bjorkstrand. Throws it back on, and Pielmeyer steers that away. What a pace here in the first period. And now, sent flying is Evera, and the penalty will go against the Danes as Germany gets the game's first power play.
And it is Nick Jensen. Jensen was a first-round pick by the Vancouver Canucks in 2011, the 29th overall pick. As he trips up Uvera here in the middle of the ice. So the German power play will get to work, and you would think it will get into Leon Draisaitl's hands as quickly as possible. 4 forwards and Yannick Seidenberg on the point here.
If Germany could have one power play back in its history.
They didn't ever have to shoot the puck. That's the craziest part about that whole sequence. Is get it, shoot it back behind the net, chase it up and down the ice. They didn't need anything, and once that puck got blocked, things fell apart.
There's Draisaitl on the point to Yannick Seidenberg. Draisaitl plays it back across, and Plot, the stick blew up. That allows the Danes to clear it as Jensen Obo sends it down the ice. Yannick Seidenberg turns that over. Seidenberg plays for EHC Munich, the German league champions for the 4th consecutive year. As Hager comes in, trips with that broken stick. And that allows Morten Madsen the third to the line, but not out. In comes Seidenberg. Back for Draisaitl. Laid back and a hard shot pounded wide by Plachta. Puck bounced way up in the air. Under a minute to go in the power play. Draisaitl on it. Wins that battle for the puck. Leon Draisaitl has it in his feet. Finds Hager. Hager in, shoots, pad save by Anderson. Rebound. Elish trying to kick it free. His stick broke. And Elish heads off. Here's Draisaitl back with it. Leon Draisaitl works it and shoots. Anderson makes the pad save. He might see as many shots in this game as he sees in a week in the National Hockey League.
He's not over here for a holiday, that's for sure. He's going to play a lot, and he's going to get a lot of pucks in this tournament.
There's Plachta back with it. Under 15 seconds to go in the power play, and now a crease violation is called against Fredrik Tippels. And so the face-off will come outside.
Bad time for Tippels to get into the crease. The Danes were just exhausted. Hager ends up with the puck right in the middle of the ice, and after Draisaitl had the battle away for the loose puck, his shot is tipped by Elitz, and when Elitz goes to push at the rebound, he breaks his stick. Elitz had a couple assists in the gold medal game against the Russians in Pyeongchang.
25-year-old, plays for Nuremberg. As Dennis Seidenberg walks into that shot and stopped by Anderson. Now Cahoon knocks it down. Final second of the power play. Cahoon drops it, pulls for a long shot. And Anderson makes the stop. 9:37 to go here in the first. Here in Herning, Denmark, about a 3-hour train ride west of Copenhagen. City of approximately 50,000 people, is the smallest in the modern era of the World Championship to play host to games. There was a couple of years here in the Alps, small towns up there, but that was.
We can't have those anymore?
I've asked. Our bid for a Bahamas World Junior Championship has never really taken root either, so.
We've been to some great cities. Really, really amazing places over the last few years.
Cahoon wins that face-off back to Holzer. And Corbinian Holzer sends it back in front. A point-blank shot there by Federer. Turned away by Anderson. Cahoon trying to dig it free. Now Bjorkstrand back with it. Oliver Bjorkstrand, 31, 50, then 63 goals in Portland in 3 years. As play is called at the German line.
Played about 14 minutes a game in Columbus this year as the Blue Jackets all of a sudden became a really young team. Pierre-Luc Dubois, who we saw in the first game for Canada, is their #1 center. He's a 19-year-old, and Bjorkstrand solidified his place. He played all 82 games, had 40 points. Very, very talented player. Scored once in that playoff series against the Caps that they lost in 6 games.
You know, for a small country, Denmark punches above its weight. 16th straight year in the top group of the World Championship. And next year, at the World Junior Tournament in Vancouver, will be in the top group of the World Junior for the 4th consecutive year. Coached by Olaf Eller, one of our favorite characters in international hockey, father of Lars Eller. And by the way, the Deans have some open roster spots. They're waiting on the likes of Nikolai Ehlers in Winnipeg, Lars Eller in Washington, Mikhail Bogner and Yannick Hansen in San Jose to see if they get knocked out and will come over and play.
And unlike a lot, you know, Canada has a couple open spots. You never know who would come if they're available. You have to think if a Danish player is available, they're going to come. They want to come and play at home.
Tiffels picks up the puck off the face-off. Takes a return pass from Michaelis. In, shoots, and Tiffels turned away by Anderson. Now Michaelis falls. And the puck comes free to Nielsen. Frans Nielsen. Back across to Philip Larsson. Plays it back to Nicholas Jensen. Up ahead to Storm. That's actually Nicholas Jensen. Maybe we'll call the North America. The guy who played in North America, we'll call him Jensen. How's that? The guy who played in Vancouver?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
Well, but that's going to get confusing too. How about you call him whatever comes out that time?
Sure. Bjorn Krupp goes back for it, got tied up in the corner. Son of IIHF Hall of Famer Uwe Krupp. Bjorn Krupp was in Pyeongchang as well, as Plachta goes for it. Jonas Mueller up the center ice. That was broken up by Mads Christensen. And now working is Morten Madsen. Leaves it back in the corner, and pivoting back now is Julius Jakobsen. Mads Christensen back with it. Christensen pivots away from Mueller again. And now the Danes are changing. Christensen spins away from Mueller, sends it back in front. That shot by Julius Jakobsen goes off the stick. Up and out of play.
Yeah, really good effort here by Mads Christensen as he forechecks on the puck, and the Jakobsen gets a scoring chance. Just prior, though, Fredrik Tiffels gets in through the seam. He tries to beat Fredrik Anderson up high. That gets a lot of the way past Anderson.
That was the back of his jersey that got that puck.
As Anderson's able to shrug just enough of the puck out of the way.
You mentioned during the season that you felt that Fredrik Anderson played a lot, maybe too much.
I do, and the reason I think it's too much, first of all, 66 games is a pile of hockey. The Leafs gave up a ton of shots, and whether you think they're high danger shots or not, you still have to stop them. What playing a lot does is open up inconsistency, and remember, he had a terrible October, then about 3 months where he didn't let in a goal, it seemed like, and then he got tired again, and he struggled. I felt it was too much, and with the season that Curtis McElhaney had, I thought there could have been a few more breaks for Anderson.
Matthias Bau, a chance there, turned away by Timo Pielmeier. Timo Pielmeier played in one National Hockey League game in 2011 for the Anaheim Ducks against St. Louis. He came on in relief, allowed 5 goals on 12 shots, and never played again in the league.
His backup tonight, Nicholas Treudel, did the same thing. 1 game, and he gave his up 5 on 16 shots, and that was it for him. And that's who Marco Sturm's got in goal. Their goaltender from the Olympics, Danny Ostenbergen, is not here. Marco Sturm's done a terrific job with the German hockey program. And
3-time Olympian for Germany. He was the captain of the team in Vancouver, the all-time leader in goals scored in the National Hockey League by a German-born player. And really a gentleman.
Would like at some point to coach back in North America. I would suspect he's young enough and he's had success that he will be in some form behind an NHL bench, whether as an assistant or to coach his own program in an American League team to get started.
German fans and Danish fans going back and forth here tonight on this Friday evening in Denmark. Danes will play the U.S. tomorrow. Germany will play Norway on Sunday. 2-0 lead now for Sweden on Belarus. Gustav Nyquist of the Red Wings has scored a power play goal. Yannick Seidenberg had that go to the official skate. Now sent back in front. That shot powdered wide by Nielsen. Rans Nielsen, also a native of Herning. And Stefan Larsson plays it back across to Philip Larsson. Back to pick it up is Bernhard Ebner. He lost it. And pivoting back is Nicholas Hart. Hart centers it, and Nielsen looks skyward as he missed high. And now picked up by Ebner. He got bottled up. And Ebner still trying to move it out. Had Regan all over him. Knocked down in center ice by Nielsen. And Daniel Nielsen fires it back down to the German zone. Shots are 10-6 in favor of Germany. Still no score here in the first period. In comes Regan on Jonas Mueller. Blocked up. Sends it rink wide. Jonas Mueller jumps into the rush. Mueller drops it off for Draisaitl. In shoots. He whistled that wide, and Anderson got spun around as Elish went barreling through the crease. Draisaitl back on it. Flips that back at the point. In comes Jonas Mueller. Lots of traffic. Shoots. Anderson knocks that away. Once again, Block is standing right on top of the crease. And he's belted down by Oliver Lauritsen. Now Draisaitl picks off that pass. And Bjorkstrand steals it right back. Draisaitl exhausted at the end of his shift. Behind the net, Jesper Jensen Obo waits for it. Moving it now for Germany's Marcus Eisenschmidt. Plays that down to Michaelis. Now forced free by Mark Michaelis, who plays for Minnesota State. Mankato in the NCAA. That's picked off down low, working back in front of Nobles. That shot was blocked, and now Dennis Seidenberg's shot blocked as well. A chance the other way from Mads Christensen. Christensen in, shoots, that's blocked by Holzer. 3:45 to go in the opening period. Tipples up ahead to McCall. McGillis can't clear it out, and then a big hit there by Eisenschmidt as he belted Jesper Jensen. And quickly brought back the other way by Nicholas Jensen. Feeds it ahead. Patrick Russell, a long shot. Stopped by Pielmar. The puck loose in front. Pielmar had that bounce off his pads and behind the goal. And now Yannick Seidenberg takes down Patrick Russell, and play continues.
Good thing Pielmar was awake. That came off a German stick, I believe. Mueller had the puck right in front of Pielmar, and then he ended up depositing it right back into Pielmar's pads.
Moritz Mueller was spilled there by Matthias Bau, the 6'7", 240-pound forward for Denmark.
He too played in the American League this year with 13 goals.
Now Jonas Mueller works in a centering pass that missed Pieta. 2.5 to go in the opening period. Almost knocked off stride there by Hart. And Daniel Nielsen slides it ahead for Russell. Up to Frans Nielsen, who bounces that down. Pielmar will hang on to that with 2:19 to go here in the opening period of the World Hockey Championship in Denmark. Marco Sturm looks on after 14 National Hockey League seasons as a player, now behind the bench as a coach. And Ray, you mentioned he'd like to be a head coach in the NHL. The question for him is, what's the better path? Run his own bench in the American Hockey League or become an assistant in the NHL?
For most, I would say it's run your own bench in the American League. He's running his own bench here. But in order to become a viable candidate in North America, even with all the people that know Marco or Marco knows, I think he's got to run his own bench in North America as well. Very few coaches, almost none, have ever come from Europe directly and run their own bench.
In comes Dominic Cahoon behind Bjorkstrand. Cahoon in shoots. And Jensen Obo got a piece of that to knock it up and out of play. A quick dash there for Germany.
Cahoon can skate, the former Ontario Hockey League player. Played 101 games. Scored a goal in the gold medal game too against Russia. Had a good tournament. He can really scoop.
Played a couple of years with Sudbury in the OHL. There's the German drummer. They travel well. And as I said, they'll stand the entire game.
They're working on the wave, Gordon.
Tricky to do the wave when you got that full beer in your hand, though. You got to make sure your wave doesn't wave out of your cup.
I think they've got a replacement ready to go.
But they have very good hands. That long shoot in knocked away by Dennis Seidenberg. Oliver Lauritsen leaned on that. Here's Hager back with it. Patrick Hager. Up ahead for Kramer. And that pass for Cahoon. He's in, shoot it up over the glass and out of play with 1:38 to go in the period. Shots are 11-7 in favor of Germany.
Draisaitl's about the only player in this game that can open up the game in the middle of the ice, so it stays a pretty tight checking game. There's not a lot of room for plays to open up.
The German silver medal in Pyeongchang really is a bolt out of the blue. They haven't won a medal at the World Championship since 1953. That's 65 years ago. At the World Junior level, they're in Division 1A, one level below the World Junior. They finished third in the qualification tournament this year. They were almost relegated out of that a couple of years ago. They got relegated out of the World Junior in 2015, haven't been back since.
Yeah, made the quarters last year at the Worlds and finished 8th out of the 8 teams.
Lost 2-1 to Canada in a very close game. Mueller back, and it's an icing call against Denmark. There is Jan Carlson, who was assistant coach for the Swedes in 2006, the gold medal winning team at the Torino Olympics. He was also a former captain in Frölunda, one of the great programs in Swedish hockey.
Coached 2 Swedish League champions in 05 and 2010. His 5th year here.
Morten Madsen chips out ahead. And Julian Jakobsen moves that in. Jakobsen trying to work it free, and he got bumped into the inboards there by Bjorn Krupp. Here comes Draisaitl with Plachta. Leon Draisaitl throws it back in front. That's tipped away on a good defensive play by Morten Madsen. And now Plachta just missed on that tip. Final minute now, the opening period. Plachta works across the top. Plachta still on it. Backdoor pass for Draisaitl. Ehlers battling for space. That pass hit him. And Daniel Nielsen moves it out of harm's way. For Regan. Peter Regan snaps that pass for Oliver Bjorkstrand. In comes Bjorkstrand to Regan.
Oh, he had Niklas Jensen wide open going to the net.
And that long shot handled by Pielmeyer. Lawrence on a long drive. That hit Pielmeyer on the way through. And now Niklas Jensen fires that through the traffic, and Pielmeyer makes the stop. Jensen actually asked to be called Niklas Jensen in the NHL as it's brought back by Isaac Schmidt. Works in and shoots. Fired wide as Anderson made the stop. There's Tipples back on it. He got bumped. And time expires here at the end of the opening period. Germany outshoots Denmark 11-7. There is no score through the opening 20 minutes of play here on day 1 of the 2018 World Hockey Championship.
Shots on goal in the first period. Team Germany, 11 shots. Team Denmark, 8 shots.
er slut.
Fredrik Anderson busy in the first period, faced 11 German shots. There's no score after the opening period. Anderson, the 28-year-old, has finished his 5th National Hockey League season. And Leon Draisaitl, just 22 years of age. The 3rd overall pick in the 2014 National Hockey League draft. When Germany was relegated, as we mentioned, in the 2015 draft, 2015 World Junior, there was a lot of unhappiness that Draisaitl wasn't made available. He was sent to junior right after the tournament ended. And the Germans could dearly have used him in Toronto and Montreal to avoid relegation.
Such a terrific player. He holds the puck so well. An awesome passer. And as we talked in our open, when a smaller country loses their headliner, there's just not enough players to replace him. And we should mention, Gord, that there was a half a dozen guys or so, 5 I guess, that played for Germany in the gold medal game that aren't available to them in this tournament.
A number of them, 3 players retired, including Christian Ehrhoff. He retired after the Olympics from the national team, but 5 players who played in the Olympics were injured during the German playoff. Goalie Danny Austenbergen led Munich to the league championship, winning Game 7 against Berlin, and just said he'd been hit by enough pucks to last a year, so he politely declined the invitation to play. Draisaitl snaps that pass for Plock. He has to leave it there as the play was offside. And now Regan, the Danish captain, is back to pick it up. Leaves it there for Jensen, who may yet face discipline for an early first period hit to the head of Patrick Hager. As Franz Nielsen takes that long pass, looks ahead to Fredrik Storm. They got away from him, and the play is called at the German line. They'll bring the faceoff right back down to the Danish zone. Icing is the call.
Franz Nielsen has quietly played 764 National Hockey League games. What a clever player Nielsen is. He kills penalties. He plays on the power play a little bit, and just through year 2 of a 6-year extension in Detroit, their free agent contract he signed, he left the Islanders.
One of the most lethal short-handed players in the NHL over the last decade.
And he's not a chance taker either. He just reads the play really well. You'd think if you're going to be that dangerous, you're going to take some risky chances, leaps out of the zone, but seems to have a great feel.
Play caller Kahuna argued he didn't hand pass that, it hit his chest. He bumped it forward, but the call play at the line.
He's right. Take it off your chest, onto your foot, and make the play.
Okay, you win.
Because if they allow it, then we have less of these face-offs, and the game has got zero flow, so let's get it moving.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is how Ray Ferraro spoke to linesmen for 18 years, which is why many of them hate him.
When they used to stand there with the puck, that drive me up the wall. Just get the thing into the circle. That's all we ask from him. And call the icings and offsides. That's it. They never seem to appreciate that.
We saw a former linesman in a hallway at a rink, and when he saw you, he turned and stormed off.
It's been almost 20 years. You'd think he would have let it go by now. I was going to say hi.
I think that's why he turned and walked away.
You probably got a point there.
Vider throws that back in front. Fredrik Storm picks it off for Denmark and finds Nielsen. Frans Nielsen works in, finds the trailer. Lorentzen. And that long shot, well, the Lorentzen kicked away by Pielmeyer comes off the end board. And Pielmeyer hangs on to it.
Pielmeyer had to be alert as Nicholas Hart took the rebound off the boards and chipped it off the front of the net. Here's Oliver Lorentzen, a giant 6'6" defenseman, played 14 games or 16 games with Philadelphia in the NHL a while back, and he doesn't score very much, but Lorentzen's shot was stopped by Pielmeyer.
Now that long shot almost stopped by Pielmeyer. Rebound in front. Russell couldn't find it. And now Ball fires that wide. And Pieta has it back for Germany. Bjorn Krug. Born in Atlanta, Georgia. His dad was playing there for the Thrashers. Now in comes Russell. Around Jonas Mueller. That shot from Russell goes high and wide. Knocked down by Avera. Slides it ahead to Pieta. Finds Avera, walks right in and shoots. Anderson makes the stop, and the rebound cleaned up there by Daniel Nielsen. That's Stefan Larsson. And Larsson has it back behind the Danish goal. Denmark the first 3 shots of this second period. But there is still no score. Adds Christensen. Holds, walks in and shoots. That was blocked by Dennis Seidenberg. Seidenberg, a 3-time Olympian. His first games were in Salt Lake City in 2002. Big pile up in the corner. Morten Madsen got involved and Tipples fired that wide. Mattias Janmark has scored for the Swedes, up 3-0 now on Belarus.
Mattias Janmark's got a new coach.
Yes, he does.
Back to next season. Jim Montgomery from the University of Denver was hired today. A little bit of a train wreck, and Uvera is going to get the puck, comes in off the side and wants to go up top on Anderson. And I would say a player like Uvera has not faced a goaltender like Anderson a lot. You're not going to score with that shot. He's going to have to make a move or make a better shot than that. It's just not going to go in, and that's one of the things that Denmark has that really is not available through much of the tournament, and that's a top-flight NHL goaltender. We saw a great performance this afternoon by Keith Kincaid from the New Jersey Devils. He was fabulous. He gave up 4, but he must have taken away a half a dozen as well.
Shots were 44-24 in that game. Lorentzen slides it back for Jesper Jensen Obo. Playing in his 8th World Championship for the Danes. Nielsen taps that back. Nick Jensen has that knocked away. Yannick Seidenberg threads the pass ahead, knocked down by Draisaitl. And in comes Ehlers, but the play is offside at the Danish line.
Yassin Ehlers had a good Olympics for Germany. He scored a couple of goals and 2 assists in the gold medal game. And one of their more dangerous forwards. With the guys out of their lineup, the Germans lose a little punch offensively too.
Fredrik Storm up ahead for Nicholas Hart. Hart trying to leave that side of the goal. And Dennis Seidenberg moves it ahead. And Storm throws it back in. The play's onside as Dennis Seidenberg picks it up. Seidenberg's had a great National Hockey League career for a guy who at age 15 had to decide between hockey and tennis. He was a German national junior champion. He liked hockey better, stayed with it. And Seidenberg has played 15 years in the NHL.
Just shy of 900 games. He's always been a strong competitor, an aggressive player, good skater. Time has got him a little bit, but he's had an outstanding career. Stanley Cup in Boston in 2011.
Nico Kramer, one of the younger players who's drawn into the German lineup with all the injuries and players who did not come from the Olympic team. One of the problems in German hockey is getting young players into the lineup in their top league. The Germans allow 10 imports per team, going down to 9, but that's still a ton.
The problem is, for a lot of teams, though, when they have a young player on the roster, they don't play him. He just sits there.
Right.
And so he might as well not be there. He might as well play in the second league, or they go somewhere else and play. But just to be in the DEL, so you get a team jacket, and you play 3 minutes a game, it's a dead end of development. And it's the same in a lot of other countries as well, smaller countries.
Kramer spent part of 1 year with Acadie Panthers in the Quebec Major Junior League 5 years ago. Here's Dennis Seidenberg. Signed by the Islanders out of the World Cup of Hockey in 2016. Back at the point, played back in by Larsson, down to Russell. Patrick Russell in the corner for Jesper Jensen. Now Larsson steps up, Philip Larsson. Plays in the corner for Matthias Bau. That bounced away from him. Larsson steps back up. In the corner is Russell, being watched there by Seidenberg. Get him a long shift for him. Now Hager has it back along with Kramer. The pass is knocked down by Larsson. Kicked ahead by Jesper Jensen, who backhands that down to the German zone. Dennis Seidenberg still out there, bangs it across to Holzer. Chipped ahead by Pieta. He finds Nobles. Now Pieta. And behind the goal, a battle for it ensues. There's Avira trying to work it free. Picked up by Avira, loose in front. Pieta couldn't get a good shot away. Mats Christensen had it roll off his stick, and the Germans keep the puck in the offensive zone. Noble digs for it. And Avira is spilled as Julian Jakobsen backs it off the glass by Jonas Mueller. An icing call against the Danes, who will not be able to change. They don't like that call one bit.
I think they don't like it because they're exhausted. They're been stuck in their zone for a long period of time. This play from behind the net, Rivera misses Nobles in front. Look at Nobles, is 3 feet from the net, and the pass bounces over top of his stick. Pieta's not able to get a handle on it, but Germany's got a fresh line against 5 very tired Danish players.
On the face-off.
And drew a penalty.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's a heck of an effort by Madsen to draw the penalty.
Denmark to the power play here in the second period.
Germany, their number 36, Yannick Seidenberg, 2 minutes, going.
Denmark to the power play. With 12:56 to go here in the second period. Peter Regan, the captain. Sorting things through.
He's out there with Nick Jensen, and Oliver Bjorkstrand. We go with the 4 forwards and Philip Larsson. I guess that's so much standard now, it's pretty well everywhere. You're gonna have one defenseman.
Yeah.
Teams used to be worried about the possibility of giving up a break short or on the power play. Now they finally got it through their heads. Maybe we should try to score while we got the extra guy. I used to hate that. If you're on the second power play unit, you got a guy on the point that's got 3 goals. You're like, how is that helping us? And trust me, the guys know. They look back and they're like, oh, it's the guy with handcuffs on back there. That's not going to help us.
Face off won by Vieder, sent back down the ice. And Philip Larsson swings back to pick it up. So the door opens here for Denmark, a chance to grab the lead.
Germany had a first period power play.
Drop back to Regan. Slides it across to Bjorkstrand, walking right in. Bjorkstrand fired that wide. What a chance there for Oliver Bjorkstrand walking in. Now back comes Regan to try his luck. To Jensen. Pass too far for Regan. Larsson. And the pass blocked. Now Bjorkstrand swings it rink wide. Nicholas Jensen walks in, winds and shoots. That's blocked by Hager. Larsson. Slaps it across to Bjorkstrand. Back to Larsson. Regan in the high slot. Jensen winds and fires. He puts that wide. And now Nobles moves it on for Germany. And they'll call the play offside of the Danish line. 54 seconds to go in this power play.
A couple of great chances for Denmark. Nick Jensen shot one over the net, but this is the best. What a slick move by Oliver Bjorkstrand. And he wants to go on the glove side, and he shovels it wide of Timo Pihlmeier. Pihlmeier is so deep in the net. There's room to beat him, but Bjorkstrand misses the net from about 15 feet away.
Now Holzer off the faceoff win by Pieta. Flips that down. 45 seconds to go in the Danish power play. One shot so far for the Danes as Frans Nielsen winds in. Nielsen throws that back for Jesper Jensen. Takes the return pass. Jensen Obo takes the return pass, slides it across, score! Jesper Jensen power play goal, and Denmark takes the lead. Crown Prince Fredrik loving it here in Herning.
Jesper Jensen's a 31-year-old forward. Played the last 6 years in Sweden. This is set up nicely. Look at this little dish by Frans Nielsen. He puts it back to the point. And Jensen Abo pass is right on the tee. Timo Pihlmeier can't get across, and Jesper Jensen Abo sets up Jesper Jensen, and it's 1-0.
Just after Nicholas Jensen had missed on the first power play unit. Jesper Jensen actually spent 1 year playing in Germany, playing in his 8th World Championship for the Danes. So they get the first one. What an atmosphere here tonight.
They've been waiting for something to cheer for. It's been fun anyway, but now they got a goal.
Puck goes to Jakobsen. Up to Madsen, rink wide, knocked down by Holzer. And Draisaitl back with it. Long pass after Elish. Hard collision there with Daniel Nielsen right in front of the German bench. Mads Christensen comes in. Christensen works in, shoots, and just missed top shelf. That puck went to the glass, and now Holzer belts down a Danish player behind the net.
And Jakobsen's getting a pretty stern talking to by the official. as they let Holzer get away with a pretty good whack behind the net. There's the save by Pielmeyer. It's not the first one, it's there. Oh, and he kind of flops down after that, so that probably there's no penalty and don't dive anymore is the discussion. But a good save by Pielmeyer.
There's Larsson back with it. Looks down low to Bau. It's actually Bau Hansen is the full last name, but they call him Bau here in Denmark. And now an icing call against Germany. 10:09 to go in the second period. Shots are 5-1 Denmark here in the second.
After a first period where Fredrik Anderson made 11 saves, he hasn't done much here. You mentioned just the one save in the first 10 minutes of period 2, and Denmark has the only goal of the game, the power play goal just a few moments ago by Jesper Jensen.
Larsson broke up that pass ahead by Jannik Seidenberg, who plays both forward and defense for Germany. Did both at the Olympics. And Bau stepped into Moritz Müller and straightened him up in front of the German bench.
Bau is a huge man, 6'7", about 240 pounds. Played in Hershey this year in the American League.
Washington's American Hockey League affiliate.
I'll tell you, he would have been something in the old Hershey building. That thing was dark and small. He would have looked like he would have been a shadow cast all around the building at old Hershey Park.
Jesper Jensen oboe. Up ahead for Peter Regan. And Bernhard Ebner goes back for it. He falls. Picked free by Nicholas Jensen. Jensen's dad, Dan, a Canadian who came over and played in Europe. He was an assistant coach for a long time for the Danish national junior and senior men's team. And Jensen plays it back in. I mentioned Jensen was a first-round pick of Vancouver Canucks in 2011. Cahoon winds in now for Germany. You know, the players that played in the Olympics that are tired, you get it. But Germany's not a team that necessarily avoids relegation easily in these tournaments. You take a couple of losses early on here, you find yourself battling for your life. Now a Storm on it.
Especially when you're down in manpower as well. They get, of course, they get Draisaitl back, but as you mentioned earlier, the half a dozen guys that aren't here take a pretty good chunk out of that lineup.
Storm plays it back across. The return pass to Storm, who taps that wide. As Hart returned the pass to him. Now Korea is on this side of the draw, so walking now as Ehlers shoots. Saved by Anderson. Rebound. Anderson down. Does a barrel roll. Ehlers sends it back in. They score. Leon Draisaitl fires it home, and the game is tied at 1.
Anderson's rolling around in the crease with Nicholas Jensen. This is another Nicholas Jensen, not the forward. And as they are trying to find the puck, Leon Draisaitl's going to take this pass from Ehlers and put it away. So there's where Jensen rolls into Anderson. Now he's on his backside. They can't find the puck. Ehlers does, and Draisaitl doesn't miss from about 15 or 18 feet.
Anderson on his back, half in the net with no stick.
So Ehlers had collided with Jensen going to the net. So watch here as he gives him a shove, but Jensen's already on the way down, and it's just Ehlers stays with the puck. Anderson can't find it, and it's 1-1.
I know you're excited to hear this, Ray, but there is a coach's challenge in play in the IIHF.
Oh, that would be great. Now that's a good non-challenge. You take a look at it, and really there's nothing that's going to reverse that call.
Seven and a half to go here in the second period, a 1-1 tie. Clocked up. Plays it down to Seidenberg. Now Draisaitl swings that ring line for Matthias Plachta. Jensen oboe. Ricard Raquel has scored now for Sweden, a 4-0 lead on Belarus in the second period in Copenhagen. Mads Christensen tries to center it. And back in center ice. Oliver Lauritsen has it. Bow was spilled there by Draisaitl. Draisaitl's going to get a penalty.
He is. It's going to be a cross-check. Bow is on the ice, and Draisaitl ends up giving him a cross-check. The weird part about this call is Draisaitl stopped right away to almost apologize, see if he was all right. But he got burned for it. Denmark will go back to the power play.
Extra skater is on, and Bow up ahead for Lauritsen. Oliver Lauritsen bumped there by Yannick Seidenberg. And finally Germany touches up. And Denmark's going back to the power play with 6.5 to go in the second. So Denmark scored its first goal of the game on the power play, goes back to the man advantage. It was Jesper Jensen who scored that power play goal. The 2018 Worlds on day one. Frans Nielsen to take the face off. And now he's shown out. Jesper Jensen, plays for Brynäs in the Swedish Hockey League. A lot of young Danish players migrate to Sweden to play junior hockey and wind up playing in that league. As Nielsen has that fastball off the stick, way up over the glass into the crowd. It's a big deal here tonight. The Prime Minister is here. The Crown Prince is here. Building's full.
We're staying downtown, and there's the zone set up just outside the hotel there. There's all kinds of open air cafes. People are out having a good time tonight here too.
Well, German fans will come in for the weekend. With a 4.5-hour train ride from Hamburg to get here. Goes to work. Jensen Abo. Across to Jensen. Back for Jensen Abo to Nielsen. Now Jensen Abo shoots, and Pielmar got just enough of that to knock it wide. And just at that. That puck missed the post by inches. Now a steal. Hager loose in front. Shorthanded. The puck bounced off his stick. Fredrik Storm comes dashing in, and a minute to go in this power play. Storm. Slammed there by Holzer. Now here's Regan with it. Regan spins away from Noble. Back to Larsson. To Regan. Nicholas Jensen winds and shoots. It goes off the stick of Dennis Seidenberg. Larsson back with it. And Nicholas Jensen in, shoots again. That's blocked by Seidenberg. Rebound loose in front. Pielmar makes the save there. And now Dennis Seidenberg's broken his stick. Regan lays it back. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Whistle high and wide by Larsson. Centering pass, score! Fredrik Storm! Another power play goal. And it's 2-1 Denmark.
Fredrik Storm is one of those players, Gord, you mentioned that play in Sweden. He plays in Malmo in the Swedish Hockey League, but this is a real nice play from behind the net as the Danes attack, and we'll get to this puck first. And it's Nicholas Hart who gets to the loose puck before Corbinian Holzer, and he finds Fredrik Storm in front of the net. The pass goes right between the legs of Dennis Seidenberg. The Danes have 2 power play goals, a 2-1 lead.
And the Danes have 16 shots in the game, raised 6 of them on the power play and both of their goals. Draisaitl to Moritz Mueller, so once again the Germans trail. Another pass almost picked off by Mads Christensen. 4.5 to go in the second period. Draisaitl drops it back for Plachta to Ehrlich. Ehrlich, long wrist shot was blocked by Julian Jakobsen, and Daniel Nielsen brings it ahead. Chances there for Patrick Russell.
Well, I got lots to sing about now.
Wow, the big hit there on Dennis Seidenberg. He's hit the stick back. Moves in, winds and shoots it as it makes the save. A little taste of what it feels and sounds like. The European building. This country playing host to the World Championship for the first time. Danes making their home debut in 2018. Long lead pass for Cahoon. Bounced away from him. And Nicholas Jensen leaves it there for Oliver Bjorkstrand. He lost the puck for a moment. Now Jensen has it back. And Nick Jensen had to leap off the ice to avoid a too many men penalty. So now 2:15 to go, icing call against Denmark.
We get a look at the power play marker again. Philip Larsson's shot is deflected wide by Pielmeyer. And both Seidenberg and Holzer go to the loose puck. They're both behind the net. And this pass is going to go from Nicholas Hart right through the feet of Dennis Seidenberg. And Fredrik Storm is going to push it into the net. Now, Noble's 92 doesn't have a stick because he'd given it to Dennis Seidenberg. So he wasn't able to defend the pass. So a bad break for Germany, and a nice quick play from Denmark has given them 2 power play goals and a 2-1 lead.
Tipped away by Oliver Bjorkstrand back down the German zone, and Yannick Seidenberg back to pick it up. Moritz Mueller chips that in as Nicholas Jensen goes back for it. Larsson to Nielsen. Up ahead to Storm. Knocked down by Hart. Danes are making a change there. The Germans are hollering, should have been too many men. Now Hager has it knocked away by Daniel Nielsen. Ehlers tied up there by Daniel Nielsen. Gets back on the rolling puck. Throws it back in front. Just missed Yannick Seidenberg with that pass. Yannick Seidenberg centers it. Plachta couldn't knock it down. It was flipped wide by Ehlers. Larsson Ehlers. Back at the point for Bjorn Kruk. That was blocked by Morten Madsen. Inside a minute to go now in the second period. Denmark with a 2-1 lead on Germany. Netherlands tied up there. Pokes it ahead, but the play is called offside at the Danish line. 48 seconds remaining here. Second period with Denmark up 2-1. Marco Sturm looking on. His German team is down 2-1 to Denmark. The Danes beat Germany last year 3-2. An overtime goal by Peter Regan. And Regan out there now for the face-off with 48 seconds to go in the second. By the way, just to clarify, the coach's challenge is not in place here. They use it at the Olympics. The IIHF has not made a decision yet about using it at other major competitions. For now. The teams are allowed to use tablets on the bench now. You want to watch video or do whatever? Get a quick game of Fortnite in.
I was going to say, what do you think they're going to be doing there? See if there's a new world to attack it or what?
Block that got spun around. The play is called at the Danish line. 18.8 seconds to go. Block has spent 1 year in the American League. Played for Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, and Springfield in 2015-2016. Scored 1 goal in the Olympics against Canada. In that 4-3 win, the Germans put them a 4-1 lead, then withstood a late charge to hang on to win that.
And you just look back at that, you know, it was amazing they made the final anyway, but to lose their first 2 games, have to win 3 straight to just get back in the game.
Well, they beat Norway in a shootout, beat Switzerland in overtime just to get to the quarterfinals, and they beat the Swedes in overtime in their quarterfinal matchup, beat Canada 4-3, then lost in overtime to the Russians in the gold medal game. That tournament must have seemed like it was 3 months long for them. And time expires here at the end of the second period. And to the delight of this home crowd, the Danes have a 2-1 lead after 40 minutes inheriting Denmark.
Score after the score after the second period. Germany 1 to Denmark 2. Shots on goal. The second period. Germany 5 to Denmark 9. And playing in Royal Arena after the second period. Sweden 4, Team Belarus 0.
Yeah, dog, come on. Come on now.
Timo Pielmeier and Team Germany are down 2-1 to Denmark after 40 minutes of play. Veteran captain Dennis Seidenberg trying to rally his troops here. The teams will start the third period 5-on-5. Leon Draisaitl has the goal for Germany. Danes have goals from Jesper Jensen and Fredrik Storm. Peter Regan, who was a third-round pick of Ottawa back in 2004. Captains this Danish team, spent parts of 7 seasons in the NHL. And the party atmosphere continues here in Herning, and Michaelis gets his stick up with Nicholas Jensen. Jensen was an Oshawa general when he was drafted by the Vancouver Canucks in 2011. Had a pretty productive career in the Ontario League.
54 goals in a couple of years there, and just 3 goals in 31 NHL games. He's played the majority of his time in North America in the American League. 277 games, and not able to crack and stick in Vancouver. Of course, when you look back, so the Canucks went to the Stanley Cup final in 2011. And they were chasing at that time. Their roster was young. The Sedins were at the height of their careers, and there wasn't a lot of time nor space for Jensen, a young player, to make his mark.
Regan off the face-off win, shovels it across, and a backhand shot taken there by Nicholas Jensen. And Jensen turned away, and then turns into Marcus Eisenschmidt and gives him a bop.
Jensen gets himself behind the goal line, comes to the front, and Pielmeier has to come off his knees and lift his upper body to make this stop as Regan and Jensen hook up for a scoring chance. There's a little room there. That's a good shot from Jensen. Better stop. There's a little disagreement between Jensen and Eisenschmidt.
At least no one got licked.
Yes.
That's a thing now.
I can't even possibly.
Well, I'm just trying to picture what you would have done if someone had licked you in a hockey game.
I can't imagine, like, again, that's where the game's different. Like, no.
Moritz Mueller in shoots. That's tipped wide by Franz Nielsen.
You would have had a piece of Sherwood to bite on it back in the day.
Busting in now is Jakobsen, a drive, and Pielmeier makes the save on him. Check that, that's Nicholas Hart with a shot. Pielmeier played 1 game at the Olympics for the Germans and played very well, allowed 1 goal on 26 shots in the game against Sweden. Yannick Seidenberg clipped that high stick from Hart.
Pielmeier's played 5 years back in the DEL, and has been around their program. It's, you know, Thomas Greiss is not here, who was banged up a little bit banged up a lot actually with the Islanders this year, and he was the backup, as we've talked about, to Ashton Birkin at the Olympics.
Adds Christensen trying to work it free. Moves it down to Morton Madsen. That bounced away from him, and now Hager. That bumped at center ice is brought in by Cahoon. Dominic Cahoon comes streaking in, a backhand shot. Stopped by Anderson. And now can Freddie Anderson close the door for Denmark? And a penalty coming now. As Hager gets the shot away, but the penalty will go to Manuel Wiederer. And the Danes, who are 2 for 2 on the power play, get an early man advantage here in the third period.
Trying to do a little bit too much here is Manuel Wiederer. He gets his stick into the feet of Christensen, pulls him down in the offensive zone, and 90 seconds into period 3, the Danes go back to the power play. It's a bad feeling. Halfway through, you know you've made a bad decision and nowhere to get your stick out of there. And now you got to hope your penalty killers come up and help you out for the first time today.
And you've got roughly 1,400 minutes worth of bad decisions.
Well, yeah, but some of them came 10 at a time.
True.
And then nobody had to kill those off.
Nielsen lays it back for Jesper Jensen, takes the return pass. Jensen Obo takes the return pass and feeds it across. Jesper Jensen fires and Pilmar makes the save.
Gord, that was the same play they scored on. Nielsen took it down. He hit Jensen Obo at the top, and he slides it across to Jesper Jensen. It's this time Pilmar caught up to the play. See if they set this thing up again.
Drop it back for Nielsen. Up ahead to Storm, who has the other power play goal. Played around for Hart. Jensen Obo back for Frans Nielsen. Nielsen throws it back, and Jensen Obo will hold the line. Minute to go on the power play. Jesper Jensen walks it down to the goal line. Hart put that wide. And now Hager with a chance, shorthanded. Rolls that down to the Danish goal, and Freddie Anderson will have to hang on to that.
Oh, you haven't said Freddie Anderson's name much after the first period. As Anderson was outstanding in the first period. He made 11 stops, had just 5 shots in the second period, gave up the goal on the scramble. Here's that play again, and you see Jesper Jensen down deep in the circle. He takes the one-time pass, and Pilmar gets all the way across and gets his left pad on the shot as Jensen comes close to his second power play goal of the game and the tournament.
Vienna can't control the draw. Now Regan has it back. 45 seconds to go in the Danish power play. Philip Larsson plays it across to Russell. Brings that around. Played back in by Madsen. And now back at the point is Hart. Nicholas Hart goes across to Larsson. And Larsson works in. Regan. Final seconds now on the power play. Peter Regan drops it back, and that shot by Nicholas Jensen deflected by Jonas Mueller up and out of play.
And they forced this one here. Regan wants to go across to Jensen. He was standing there till the pass lane opened up. And finally, Jensen's shot is deflected up over the netting into the crowd.
Since the end of the first period, Denmark has outshot Germany 12-6 in the game. Back to 5-on-5. And Nicholas Jensen has that knocked away as Ehlers comes in now for Germany. Flips that wide. Seidenberg down to Ehlers. A wraparound try. Anderson makes the save. And now Yannick Seidenberg back on it. Across to Moritz Mueller. Pakta walks it and shoots, and Anderson makes the save.
After the penalty kill, the Germans have a good shot and a chance on Anderson that he swallows up from block to... It's a long 16 minutes here if Denmark's going to try and sit here and protect this from the back end out. Remember, there's a long tournament ahead, 7 round-robin games in the pool. You fight for position and just want to make sure you're not in the bottom where you fall into the relegation.
Anderson on the deflection makes the save on that. Anderson faced the most shots in the National Hockey League this season. Has been the busiest goaltender in the NHL since he joined the Maple Leafs at the start of last season. Doesn't appear to have the same kind of goal support here that he has when he wears blue and white. Franz Nielsen. Crisp pass ahead, that's fired wide by Hart. Now brought back ahead. Eisenschmidt dropped it back, that was picked off. Hart works his way back in with Storm. Hart in, shoots, just missed far side. Now Nielsen fires it back down to the German zone and heads off on a chain. Hager. Puts it down to Cahoon. Back at the point, Holzer flipped that wide. And the battle ensues in the corner for it. Hager got wrestled down there by Nicholas Jensen. Now Daniel Nielsen has it back to center ice. Holzer knocks it down. Nicholas Jensen plays it back across to Daniel Nielsen. Icing waved off as Jonas Mueller goes back. Matthias Plachta had that bounce off his stick, thrown back to center ice. The one great misconception in North America, Ray, is that big ice leads to more high-scoring games.
No chance. There's so much dead ice. You never get the puck to the middle of the ice. I mean, in the first game, there was all kinds of chances because it was so fast.
But if you want to defend, it's much easier on this surface than it is on the smaller one. 13:48 to go here in the third period. Denmark up by 1. German fans and Danish fans taking turns here to sing, dance, clap, and urge their team on. They are very enthusiastic, but don't mess with them. At the 08 Worlds in Halifax and Quebec City, they were heckling Uwe Krupp, the head coach of the German national team, and Krupp suggested there were daily flights to go back to Germany. And those fans quickly reminded him that they had spent thousands of dollars to cover the tournament. And it went downhill from there. Jensen oboe. Up to the German line, that's knocked down. And Marcel Nobles winds in. His backhand shot goes wide. And Larsson takes the carom off the inboards and hangs on to that.
Well, Anderson's going to pull the air out of almost anything that comes near him as he's jumped on the puck 3 or 4 times here in the last couple of minutes. As all of a sudden, Denmark looks like they're a little tight. They're not, like they don't even try to make a pass. It's up the boards, tip it up the boards, and hope that's enough. That's not going to be the right formula.
On the other side, it's been pretty lopsided. Russia beat France 7-0. Sweden has a 4-0 lead on Belarus in the third period. Here we had a shootout in game 1 between Canada and the United States. As that centering pass just missed Hager. And then Seidenberg shoots and pinballs around in front. And away comes Storm. Fredrik Storm works in with Hart. The centering pass is broken up on a good defensive play by Corbinian Holzer. Hager for Eisenschmidt. He falls. Cahoon in, shoots. Knocked away by Anderson. A penalty coming to Denmark. As they touch up at the line, it'll be Stefan Larsson going off with 12:58 to go in the third period. Germany gets a power play.
Dominic Cahoon can really skate. He moves the puck through the middle to Eisenschmidt, and as Eisenschmidt's going to cut outside, Larsson trips him up. Germany, who hasn't had a power play in a long time, gets back to the power play here and a chance to tie.
Draisaitl, Hager, Elias up front. Yannick Seidenberg, Matthias Plachta on the back end. Face-off, won by Jakobsen. Now a backhand shot by Hager, turned away by Anderson. Plachta sets it up for Hager. Backdoor pass for Draisaitl, skipped away. Now sent down the ice by Jakobsen. Seidenberg to Hager. Back to Plachta. Matthias Plachta winds his way in and falls. And starts arguing he was tripped as well. The referee just gave him the stop sign with his hand. Draisaitl across to Yannick Seidenberg. For Elias. Back to Seidenberg. Elias. Seidenberg. Across he goes to Draisaitl. Flips it back. Yannick Seidenberg walks right into the high slot, plays it across, and the pass got away from Elias.
Seidenberg moves himself right into the slot and then passes it way out to his left. You got to shoot that. You got enough traffic there. Get a puck to the net, make them start to panic, because this has been a really composed, pretty simple penalty kill for Denmark so far.
Fredrik Tippels moves in, he got spun around. Under 40 seconds to go in the German power play. Tippels had it broken up by Franz Nielsen. And now Daniel Nielsen, no relation, plays it along the board. Michaelis. Back at the point for Dennis Seidenberg. Slides it down, Michaelis. Walks in. Slides it down to Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl back for Michaelis. Shoots off the side of the goal. Time winding down to the German power play. Draisaitl. Eisenschmidt. Dennis Seidenberg back for Eisenschmidt. Feeds it across, and Draisaitl fans on the one-timer as Larsson steps back on. One shot on goal for Germany on that power play. Opportunity missed there for the Germans. Hart back with it. Brings that pass across to Jakobsen, and Julian Jakobsen plays it back in deep. Adds Christensen, bumped there by Dominic Cahoon. And Cahoon pivots back for Germany. Nobles plays it in. Bouncing puck goes to Nicholas Jensen. Jensen winds his way in. Noble's going to stick on him, and now Nicholas Jensen feeds that back. Chopped down by Regan, spins and shoots, and a glove save made by Pielmeyer. 9:59 remaining here in the third period. Denmark leads Germany 2-1 in the 2018 Worlds. Fun times here in Herning on a Friday night. This man has divided loyalties, apparently. Well, you got it covered either way, right?
You're solid. Good strategy, sort of, kind of, or not. Denmark down a forward. Mads Christensen went back to the locker room. He was injured on the last power play. So he actually drew the power play when he was tripped up by Wiederer.
If he's going to return, he better hurry. About a 5-minute walk to the dressing room one way, so.
You go in that direction, you're probably not coming back.
Eisenschmidt shoots, punched away by Anderson. Fed back at the point, Hager fires deflected in front. Anderson makes a good save there on the tip. And then gives Eisenschmidt a little bit of the stick as Eisenschmidt was digging on him.
And this shot gets deflected. Anderson in solid position to make the stop. And then Eisenschmidt is going to come from the side as he goes to the front of the net, and he actually gets pushed on by the giant Larsson. Larsson is 6'6", about 230 pounds. So a little bit of a size mismatch as Eisenschmidt's trying to stay on his feet to the side of Anderson.
Draisaitl in for the face-off. And picked up by Larsson as Philip Larsson lays that back to the German line. Late pass for Draisaitl. In comes Draisaitl, feeds it across, Eilish scores! Sneaks it by Anderson, and the game is tied at 2.
The first German goal was Draisaitl from Elitz. This is Elitz from Draisaitl. I thought Draisaitl made a bad play here because he's got room to shoot it, but he's thinking past the whole way. As the puck gets cleared up the boards. Look how much room he's got, but he wants to force this pass. It actually gets deflected by Larsson. Elitz one-times it. Kind of a funny shot. Hits Fredrik Anderson, the post, and then squeaks over the goal line, and it's 2-2.
Eilish plays for Nuremberg in the German league, had 3 assists in 7 games at the Olympics for Team Germany. So it's just over 9 to go in the third. Back to even. In a game in which Denmark has not done a ton 5-on-5. Most of the damage done on the power play, both goals.
And Draisaitl takes this long clearing pass. I thought he was going to take it. That's right on a great line for us. I thought he was going to take that to the net, but he goes across to Elitz. And Elitz's shot eludes Anderson. One Anderson probably wants back as he was already in position or had read the pass going across the front of the net.
Pretty good work by Elitz's got a stick on that as the puck skipped right in front of him. Now Nobles walks in with Michaelis. Michaelis walks in, feeds it back across to Nobles. Oh, what a stop by Anderson. How did Freddie Anderson keep that out?
Well, he made up for it right there. That's an amazing save.
Wow. Now he blockers that away. Michaelis back on a wraparound try. Another chance, and Anderson turns that away. And Nicholas Jensen flattened Michaelis with a cross check. Sent back in front by Tipples. Knocked away. Now Dennis Seidenberg shot goes off a stick and wide. Nicholas Jensen plays that back down to the German zone as Dennis Seidenberg goes back. Moves around Julian Jakobsen and plays that in deep. 8 to go here in the third period. Glove down by Hager. Shots are 14-4 Germany here in the third period. Morten Madsen works in and shoots. That goes wide. So Denmark down a top line player in Mads Christensen, who's gone in the dressing room. Hager comes in for it. Hager gets loose. Walks in, holds and shoots. It ramps off the stick high off the glass, and now play is called. As the puck went into the netting.
It's been all Freddie Anderson here in the third period for Denmark, as they have not had much puck time at all after Nicholas Jensen falls down. Another 2-on-1, and Anderson has to go left to right and then push all the way back right to left for this for this attempt from Nobles. Nobles takes the pass from Michaelis. Look at Anderson go left, back, push on the right to make the remarkable stop.
And his glove was very close to the goal line when he made the save. Draisaitl wins the draw for Ehlers.
And the linesman's hurt here.
Oh no, that's he's in some distress there.
Grabs his lower leg. He got tied up on the face-off between Nielsen and Draisaitl.
That's Hannes Sormanen from Finland. And you know, you don't notice it much, Ray, but in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, 3 officials had to leave with injury.
Get a look, watch him get tied up here. It's right there, it's Plachta that runs into him. Oh.
Sormanen seems to be okay.
This is a big deal for these guys to work in the World Championships and
the Olympics.
They don't want to leave a game here at all. They're going to talk about whether he can continue or not. So they actually changed the linesman here, so they let him go out by the blue line and let his partner come in and drop the puck, run this draw.
Face-off won by Draisaitl to Ehlers. Draisaitl back with it. Slips around Frans Nielsen. And Draisaitl shovels that towards the goal. Picked up now by Nielsen. Moves it across the German line. Frans Nielsen shoots from a sharp angle. Pielmeyer makes the save. Rebound to Storm. And Pielmeyer eats that up.
The first room that Denmark's found in much of this period is the first 13 minutes have been almost exclusively in their half of the ice. And Frans Nielsen's able to get a shot that Pielmeyer kind of boxes around and makes the save. You know, George, you've mentioned a couple times how Denmark has had almost all of their offense on the power play. Maybe this is the type of spot where you can create something. It's a face-off play, you win a draw, get a point shot, but Germany controls off the draw.
Kahun, a nifty move in center ice. Up ahead for Hager. Now Bjorkstrand plays it across to Jensen Obo. Bottled up there by Eisenschmidt. Jensen Obo. Long lead pass for Bjorkstrand to Regan. In comes Regan. Loose behind the German goal. Peter Regan stays on it. Throws it back for Daniel Nielsen. Here's Bjorkstrand pivoting back in the corner. Oliver Bjorkstrand shoots at a sharp angle. Pielmeyer knocked that away. Now the next shot taken by Julian Jakobsen. Off a stick, up and out of play. 5:56 to go in the third. here in Herning, Denmark, day one of the 2018 World Hockey Championship. Board member Ray Ferraro here. Germany and Denmark tied at 2 with 5:49 to go in the third period. Danes have led the game twice on power play goals. Germans have equalized both times. Denmark a quick turnaround to a game tomorrow night against the United States, which won 5-4 against Canada today in a shootout. Michaelis takes that lead pass. Mark Michaelis works in. And his sharp angle shot handled easily by Anderson.
One thing that you notice when you watch games with not a lot of natural offense, a lot of natural goal scorers, there's never enough traffic around the net. Like, that's a shot from the wing. Most goalies are never going to miss that. Freddie Anderson's not going to miss it. But there's nobody else in the scene from Germany. Nobody else around the front of the net. There's not any give and go. Rely on your partner. It's a real simple, kind of a one-shot oriented offense.
Draisaitl toss, so Blackton will take the draw. And Blackton wins the draw back for Moritz Mueller. His shot goes off the leg of Jensen. Back at the point. Moritz Mueller can't hold the line. Just over 5 to go here in the third period. Welcome those of you who watched Sweden beat Belarus 5-0. Here in Herning, 2-2 the score between Denmark and Germany. The Danes hosting the World Championship for the first time, and the home team making its debut tonight. Took a 1-0 lead on a power play goal by Jesper Jensen. The Germans tied it up on a goal by Leon Draisaitl. Back on the power play, Fredrik Storm gave the Danes the lead again, but Jason Elish is equalized here in the third period. With 4:59 to go, these two loud fan bases are going back and forth with their teams even. But a terrific night here. Great atmosphere.
The first day has been an absolute success here in Herning.
The Prime Minister of Denmark is here tonight. So is the Crown Prince Fredrik. 10,000 of his closest friends. Centering pass, walking. Oh, what a chance for Nicholas Jensen, to the stop by Timo Pielmeier.
Might have been their best offensive scorer in the best offensive place to score.
Now Tiffel shoots at the flex wide. Michaelis back on it now for Germany. Loose in front, Philip Larsson gathers it up. And finds Nicholas Jensen, the former Oshawa general. Goes at it, and Pielmeier gloves that. And will hang on.
Nicholas Jensen looks up to the roof as he knows you're not going to get much better than this. Really nice play by Peter Reagan. Jensen pulls it. He wants to go top glove. And Pielmeier gets his glove on it. Wow, great work by Reagan as he knocks Holzer off the puck. Steals the puck behind the net and gets bailed out by Timo Pielmeier.
Face-off won by the Danes. Played across for Hart. Jonas Mueller takes that away. Up ahead for Cahoon. Dominic Cahoon. For Bjorn Krug. Flips that down the Danish zone. Jensen picks it up. Flip back down to the German zone. The Danes ice it with 3:48 to go. The face-off back in their end. Eisenschmidt and Jensen were new acquaintances. Jensen got a high hit on Patrick Hager of Germany in the opening moments of the first period.
He's an aggressive player. 26-year-old who plays in Jokerit in the KHL. Been very noticeable. Has a power play assist.
Face-off won by Frans Nielsen against Leon Draisaitl. Fredrik Storm works in. Moves around Moritz Mueller, walks right in, shoots, and just missed wide. What a chance there for Fredrik Storm. Here he comes again. Throws it back in front. Yannick Seidenberg buried his man on the shot by Julian Jakobsen is blocked. Hart had a great chance there. And that shot blocked, and a chance now for Draisaitl. In comes Draisaitl, all alone, shoots, and he fired it wide. That came as the Danish defender got tangled up with the referee. That would not have gone over well. Here comes Draisaitl again. Puck bounced away from him. And now gloved by Anderson, he'll hang on. Wow.
In the first period, Oliver Bjorkstrand had a 15-foot breakaway. He missed the net. This time, Leon Draisaitl's going to have all kinds of room, and he misses the net. This is a great move from Fredrik Storm, and he dives around the German defense into the middle of the ice. He fires it wide, and after this shot is blocked, Draisaitl is clean. He ends up missing the net by about 10 feet. He tries to quick shot to Freddie Anderson, trying to beat him before Anderson set, and he miscues it wide.
If the game is tied for regulation, it's 5 minutes of 3-on-3. And then if necessary, a 5-round or more shootout. Canada and the United States went 6 rounds in their game earlier.
Goal and an assist for Leon Draisaitl, who's kicking himself right now as he missed the net on that breakaway.
The face-off back down in the German zone. Close games, nothing new for Germany. We mentioned 6 consecutive games at the Olympics decided by 1 goal. 4 of them in overtime. Holzer with it. Moves ahead now for Tiffel. That long shooting goes wide, bounced up the other side. Oliver Lauritsen had Nobles close on him. Jensen Obo. Lead pass for Fredrik Storm. He was tied up by Dennis Seidenberg, and play is called at the German blue line.
Well, now that getting to overtime becomes even more of an issue here for the teams, is you get 1 point guaranteed if you get yourself into extra time.
Right. But only 2 points for a win after regulation as opposed to 3.
Isn't it amazing as we get near the end of this round robin, those extra points, how much they matter as they're fighting for what might be their crossover game, what it might look like, and a better opponent perhaps.
Or just to get to it. Loose puck goes to Hager. Now racing back the other way is Morten Madsen. Madsen, a long cross-ice pass with Julian Jakobsen. He tried to play it back. It's picked up by Eisenschmidt. Goes ahead to Hager. In comes Hager for the trailer. Cahoon walking in and shoots. Anderson makes the save. Rebound cleared away by Russell. Back to pick it up is Moritz Mueller. Big pass for Cahoon. Long wrist shot swatted away by Anderson. Hager back on it. Patrick Hager works free. Drops it off for Cahoon. Back for Yannick Seidenberg. A long wrist shot, and Anderson through the traffic made that save. In comes Nicholas Jensen. Winds it and fires. He shot that just wide. Jensen back on it, tied up by Yannick Seidenberg. Bjorkstrand back for Larsson. That goes wide. Under a minute remaining now in regulation time. Daniel Nielsen plays it back in for Nicholas Jensen. He was off stride. And now Plachta has it back for Germany. Matthias Plachta. Back down to the Danish line where Daniel Nielsen goes back to pick it up. Cross to Stefan Larsson. Nielsen. Out to center. Storm got bumped there by Dennis Seidenberg. And Tipples comes back to the loose puck. Nielsen swings it back. 20 seconds to go in regulation. And a penalty coming out of Germany. Michaelis took down Jesper Jensen and with 15 seconds remaining in the third period, Denmark is going to a power play, which, if it goes overtime, would be 4-on-3.
The second penalty, very similar in the offensive zone in this period for Germany.
Germany, number 65, 2 minutes, tripping.
The 22-year-old Michaelis kicks the feet out of Jensen Obo. There's the last chance. A 4-on-2 develops. Cahoon's shot turned aside by Anderson. Anderson has done his job. The Danes with a gift power play here with 15 seconds left.
Nielsen will take the face-off against Pieta. He wins it cleanly. Back for Jensen Obo. He's it across to Nielsen. In, shoots, bouncing, puck loose in front. Finally poked away by Pielmeyer. Obo he's it across, takes a return pass and shoots. His stick blew up on him. And time expires here in the third period. Denmark will have 1 minute and 45 seconds of power play time to start overtime. 4-on-3.
5 minutes, 7 minutes, 3 overtime will follow after 3-minute intermission. Score after the third period: Team Germany 2, Team Denmark 2. Shots on goal: Team Germany 17, Team Denmark 7. Zone before and after each game. Music, food, entertainment, and lots of fun. Get your official merchandise today. Don't forget to visit the IIHF merchandise tent in the fan zone.
So in overtime, we go for the second time today here in Herning. 1 minute and 45 seconds of power play time for Denmark to start this OT period. Frans Nielsen, Jesper Jensen, Nicholas Hart, and Jesper Jensen Obo start on the power play for Denmark. Jensen Obo takes the pass from Jensen. Jensen Obo drops it back to Frans Nielsen.
Interesting, four left-handers on this power play. It's got to be set up on the other side.
Jesper Jensen drops it back for Jensen Obo. Frans Nielsen walks in. Jensen Obo across to Jesper Jensen. Shoots, and now Dennis Seidenberg had lost his stick for a moment. Jensen Obo holds the line. Nielsen across to Jesper Jensen. In fires. Pielmeyer makes the save. Rebound goes back to Jensen Obo. To Jensen, back to Jensen Obo to Nielsen. Jensen Obo to Nielsen. Back to Jensen, walks right in, feeds it back. Now long shot whisked wide by Jensen Obo, can't hold the line. Germany gets some fresh legs on the penalty kill. The puck goes all the way down to Fredrik Anderson as the Danes will change. 35 seconds to go in the Danish power play. Philip Larsson drops it back for Bjorkstrand. Up ahead for Regan, the overtime winner last year against Germany. And Bjorkstrand pounded that wide. Nicholas Jensen back for Philip Larsson. In, shoots, Pielmeyer save, rebound, tapped wide by Regan. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Larsson works it back across to Jensen. To Larsson. Back to Jensen, feeds it back door. Bjorkstrand doesn't shoot. Now Larsson, a long wrist shot. That skips just wide as the penalized player Michaelis comes back on. 4 shots for Denmark on that power play. Bjorkstrand works in. Will stay 4-on-4 until the next whistle. Now shot high and wide by Bjorkstrand. Under 3 to go in OT. Bjorkstrand. Jensen works around Michaelis. Michaelis stays with him. Jensen works it free and shoots. And Pielmeyer makes the glove save. And now we're back to 3-on-3 in OT.
Denmark with an excellent 4-on-3 power play. Peter Regan is going to have a chance at the rebound here, and he just pushes it past Pielmeyer. It goes wide of the net. One thing that is different in this tournament is they don't switch ends for overtime after the third period. Otherwise, you're killing a penalty at the start of overtime 150 feet from your bench.
Right, the long change.
It allowed Germany to get, when they had that little clear to center, it allowed them to get everybody off the ice.
Face off won by Draisaitl. And Elish back with it. Elish and Draisaitl, the 2 German goal scorers. And Fredrik Storm out there for Denmark has one of their goals. In comes Jannik Seidenberg, drops it back to Elish. Winds right in, and Jensen Obo took that away from him, and now Draisaitl falls. And Jannik Seidenberg swings back. Elish drops it back to Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl pivots back, drops it back to Elish. To Draisaitl. Works it on Regan, shoots, and Anderson knocks that away. And now a chance as Larsson just skates away with it. He's got Jensen with him. Now peels back. Now poke check there by Jonas Mueller. He goes ahead to Nicholas Jensen to leave that. It would have been offside. Jonas Mueller jumps in the Danish zone. Julian Jakobsen gives him a whack. Mueller takes the return pass, feeds it down to Cahoon. Dominic Cahoon drops it back to Tiffel. Feeds it back to Jonas Mueller. Works in a backhand shot. Anderson save. Mueller still on it. Works back in the corner. Jonas Mueller. Back to Cahoon. Germany changing as Cahoon buys some time. Dennis Seidenberg comes on. Now Tipples with it. He leaves the zone. Minute to go in OT. Cahoon steps around Frans Nielsen. Feeds it back for Dennis Seidenberg. He couldn't reach it. Down to Cahoon. Crisscrossing with Seidenberg. Dominic Cahoon. Plays it down to McCaleb. Tied up there by Storm. Now Nielsen has it back. Germans are changing. They give Nielsen some time. 30 seconds to go in OT. In comes Frans Nielsen. Poke check by Draisaitl. Now a Danish defender falls. Draisaitl works his way in. Shoots. And lifts that high and wide. Jensen, who fell a second ago, loses the puck to Draisaitl at center ice. And Draisaitl and across the line. Drops it back. The shot right on Anderson makes the save on Eisenschmidt. Fed back down to the German zone. Yannick Seidenberg goes back. And Germany and Denmark are going to a shootout. 2-2 the score. 2 shutouts in Copenhagen, 2 shootouts in Herning. So after 60 minutes of 5-on-5, 5 minutes of 3-on-3, it's down to a shootout between Denmark and Germany. Apparently she's not impressed. And it appeared that Germany won the toss. So a 5-round shootout. If it's still tied after 5, you can start using any player you want over and over again. Which we saw in the first shootout between Canada and the United States.
If you missed the first game, Connor McDavid wasn't eligible to shoot. He took a penalty with about 16 seconds left in the overtime, so that made him ineligible to participate in the shootout.
That's an IIHF rule. If you have a penalty, you can't take part in the shootout. So Fredrik Anderson versus Timo Pielmeier in goal. Shootouts were the Maple Leafs' Achilles heel the season before this one. Much better this year. All right, so the nets are on. And ready to go. You got to think we'll see Draisaitl here.
Draisaitl had a breakaway with about 3.5 minutes left. He missed the net. He's actually missed the net several times tonight.
And here we go. Hager will be the first shooter for Germany.
He's got a great shot, really good release.
Walks right in. Dietz, it gets poke checked by Anderson.
Rather awkwardly, Anderson stays with him. He's kind of stretching in the net here as Oliver Bjorkstrand from the Columbus Blue Jackets will be the first shooter for Denmark.
Holds and fires, and Pielmeyer makes a save.
Wants to go high, doesn't get it up high enough. Here's Plachta.
Walks in, holds, and it rolls off his stick.
I got news for these guys. If they go in and reverse like this, they're never going to score, ever. The goalie doesn't move. I mean, you can go slowly, but look at Anderson. He's in the middle of this puck the whole way. Not going to work. Here's Frans Nielsen. Nielsen, one of the NHL's best. Loves the backhand deke up high over the glove.
Oh, the shot through the
Wow, that
wickets.
was quick.
And Denmark takes the lead as the hometown product. Frans Nielsen from Herning gets the first goal of the shootout.
It's a quick release. Just under the pads. Yasin Ailitz. No, it's Dominic Cahoon.
Trying to tie it up, Cahoon in, and Anderson gets the blocker on that. And Nicholas Jensen will shoot for Denmark.
Anderson out on top of the crease, backstack back a little bit. Blocker stop.
Jensen winds in and shoots as Pielmeyer gets a piece of that.
He almost blew a shoe on the way in.
And now Draisaitl will go.
Watch him right here. Whoops. That hits Pielmeyer's arm and goes up into the netting. Draisaitl looking to tie.
Works in, shoots. Anderson gets a piece of that.
Germany can win this, or rather Denmark can win this. Draisaitl's shot hits the stick of Freddie Anderson.
And here is Julian Jakobsen for the win. Stopped by Pielmeyer. Now Germany has to score to stay alive.
Gordon, we said coming into the game and when we looked at the Danish roster before the tournament, what a great advantage it was to have Fredrik Anderson in goal. Anderson has a chance to stop all five.
Now Mark Michaelis, the 22-year-old who plays at Minnesota State in the NCAA, to keep Germany alive, stopped by Anderson. And the Danes win it on home ice. Freddie Anderson, the native of Herning, is a hometown hero as the Danes win it 3-2 in the shootout. Denmark hosting the tournament for the first time, and here in Herning, where Freddie Anderson and Frans Nielsen and others are from a huge crowd, including their country's royal family and the Prime Minister. Report a 3-2 win in their openers. We'll get 2 points. Germany will get 1. And that puck will be kept somewhere special for Denmark.
Royal Highness Crown Prince Fredrik of Denmark. Best player, Team Germany, player number 29, Leon Greisheim. Best player, Team Denmark, player number 41, Jesper Åbo Jensen.
Well, these Danish fans have been singing all night, and now they've got a chance to sing their national anthem here in Herning.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Denmark. between Sweden and Belarus is finished. Sweden won 5-0.
Well, a dream start for Denmark, pulling off a 3-2 victory over Germany. How good did it feel to pull off the win in front of a stellar crowd like this?
Yeah, it was amazing. I think we wanted to start off this tournament right for the Danish crowd in front of us here, and obviously against the next door neighbor rival in Germany. So yeah, it was big for us. So yeah, huge 2 points.
You had a grueling season, playing 66 games in the regular season, then a 7-game series against Boston in the playoffs. It would have been so easy for you to turn down this opportunity, but why was it enticing to be here, just given the fact that this is your hometown?
Yeah, it was a tough decision. Obviously, very disappointed the way we ended in Toronto, but when I had a few days to think about it, and yeah, obviously it's in my hometown. It helped the decision a little bit, and yeah, it's fun to be playing in front of great fans again in Denmark, and together with the boys in there that we all know each other really well.
No easing into this tournament. You get right back at it tomorrow, taking on USA. They too are coming off of a victory over Canada. So how do you build on this performance?
Yeah, I think we played really well. We started off really good in first period and capitalized on our power plays. So we yeah, rest up and get back on it tomorrow.
Thanks so much. Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you. Germany demonstrated resiliency. How proud are you of this group, despite the loss in shootout, just knowing that you guys never gave up, even when it came down to it?
Yeah, we were believing that we can win it in 60 minutes and then also in overtime. We killed a big penalty then, and we had good chances. So yeah, unfortunately we lost this game then.
This has been such a big season for you personally in your career, just knowing that you signed a 2-year entry deal with Chicago. How important is this summer going to be for you in preparing for that big step?
Oh yeah, very important. I have to train as hard as I ever did, and I try my best over there.
Well, now you guys will not play until Sunday, so how do you use this day to rest and recover and prepare?
Oh yeah, we have to get a good rest. We're gonna have a good practice tomorrow and get ready for Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hello, hello, hello. Ah, there you go. If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me on that little panel. It's called announcer. Check, check, check. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, I got you. This is good. And it doesn't cut at all. Check, 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 check. Hey, this is very good. So we're good. My level 2 is good. Check, 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 check. Yeah, but Ray sometimes talks really loud, so I don't want to raise it too much. I'm already at 0 here. Okay. Yeah, I have the meter here, so I don't want to raise it too much. Hey! Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm happy here. I'll use the other mic. Check, 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 check. It's good. Hey, check, 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 check. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's good. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Hey, 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 hey. Check, check. I can adjust it here. Check, 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 check. Hey, 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 hey. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. Hey, hey. Just a bit worried. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Okay. Hey, check, check. Okay, that's good. All right. I can always adjust level. We have a game tomorrow. So that's good. All right. So I'm just going to come down now. Let me just